These people seem to not understand that they don't have any credibility. Like, they don't see all the people that keep trying to push the Ukraine war to keep going don't understand that they have zero credibility. This guy, just a cursory search on his Twitter, writes the most deranged shit about the Palestinians on a regular basis. Like, literally, just type in Israel or Gaza into his Twitter. Endless deranged defense of genocide, of colonialism, of apartheid, of stealing more and more of their land. But then you want to say that we need to still defend Ukraine. They don't understand that they don't have any credibility. You can't. The whole argument of some people who defend the invasion into Ukraine is that that land, according to them, really belongs to Russia. It's a part of the motherland, you see? So how do you come out? I really want somebody to explain this to me. How do you come out here and say it's unacceptable that Putin invade Ukraine and kill their people and take their land because it's his, okay? It's part of motherland Russia. And you're saying that is so wrong and so evil that it's disgusting that Trump would even invite him to the United States because he's a war criminal with a warrant from the ICC. But none of you care to address that's exactly what you're defending when it comes to the Israeli regime. Do you not see that? That you defend the Israeli regime's invasion into all areas that belong to Palestine, the murder of their people and the stealing of their land under some claim that 555,000 years ago, you might have interpreted your book a certain way, therefore you get to kill all of them and take their shit? And you know who else has a warrant from the ICC out for his arrest because he's a war criminal? Right, Netanyahu. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Give me the case, Eli Lake, on why it is wrong for Putin to do what he did in Ukraine, but it's not wrong for the Israeli regime to do the exact same thing, but much worse to the Palestinians. Not that I'm trying to downplay the devastation that's happened in Ukraine. It has been horrible. It has been horrible. I saw a video the other day of dozens of very young Ukrainians just deceased in the dirt. Like, the whole thing is so sad. I saw a story where Ukrainian soldiers were Googling, like, when is the war going to end? And they're being forced to fight. The whole thing is awful. They said that it's upwards of 1 million Ukrainians that might have died so far. Like, it's horrible. It's horrible. I feel terrible for the Ukrainians and the Russian soldiers that did not want to fight in this and are fighting and dying in this. But the Ukrainians at least have some self-determination. They have the backing and the money of the United States, right? So they at least have that. They at least have the ability to flee, because there have been a lot of Ukrainians who have had to flee and migrate to other countries. They've had that option. Palestine doesn't even have that option. That's why it's worse. So it's not that I'm downplaying the pain that has happened to the Ukrainians or the horror that they've experienced. What I am saying is, though, is that they're a sovereign nation with at least help from Western superpowers and the ability to escape, all things that the Palestinians do not have. They have no help from Western superpowers. It's the Israeli regime that gets the help from the Western superpowers and the money from the United States. And the Palestinians have absolutely nowhere to go. They are trapped in a death pen. And a reminder that even though the media loves to call it the Israel-Hamas war, they don't have an army. They don't have a military. So tell me once again why any of us should be defending the proxy war in Ukraine being waged on behalf of the United States, because let's not get it twisted. Recently in the so-called negotiations, they were talking about making the Ukrainians give us access to their rare earth minerals indefinitely. And so we have to be on their side about that endlessly. But it's okay to be on the side of the oppressor and the side of the imperialist when it comes to the Israeli regime. Make it make sense.